Alright, so just got this AOC 21-inch touchscreen monitor as a replacement for this monitor here. This monitor is okay, but I was looking for an upgrade, and this will do it. So I'm gonna unbox it. It says don't open from this side, and then it shows some dude's hand with a knife with a cross through it. So I'm guessing that the screen is on that side, so there must be a reason they gave a warning. But this side, open it from. So let me get a blade here. Even though this is the side to open it from, I think like I'm gonna be scratching the back, but this box is pretty thick, considering it's just an LED monitor. There must be a lot of padding or something. Can I put this camera down somewhere? I guess not. I'm gonna have to hold it. Unbox this thing with one hand. There's still some tape on this side. So the first thing you're greeted with is some instructions. And this baggie comes with, looks like an audio cable and a cleaning cloth. Power cable. Oh, VGA. And this is a USB because it's a touchscreen monitor, so that's to send the touch information back to the computer and in touch input. So they're dying to see what this thing's gonna look like. It has a stand instead of in the middle like traditional monitors do. It has a stand on the both sides. It's advertised you can put a laptop under it, which isn't what I'm going to use it for. I'm just going to put the phone here while I take this thing out. Wow, that's impressive. It's a big upgrade from that monitor. So I can't wait to get my fingerprints all over this thing because it's a touchscreen monitor. LED display. It uses HDMI. So it's a high definition monitor. If I had something to look at here, to read off of, but I don't, because it's really nothing except for this little bar over here. So I guess I'll just move the camera down. But I'm gonna hook this thing up and then come back to this video. Alright, so here this beast is on my desk. I just put this one over here. I plan to actually keep this one here because I have HDMI and VGA and DVI for video and ports on this computer, so I'll be able to use both of them and just use this one as like a secondary dual display monitor. But I just wanted to put this on even before I hooked it up, just to show this thing just overtakes my desk. I mean, it's just huge. It's so weird. Like, I would sit down here, I like see my reflection in it. I feel like I'm sitting in front of like a giant TV. This thing is just cool. I mean, it's bigger than my regular TV. So, if I could, I'm gonna put my phone here. I'm using my iPhone to record this. It kind of sucks. That looks pretty good. I'll hook up the power cable here. I don't know why I'm recording this part, but why not? So I gotta move my desk. Actually, according to the instructions, step 1, like, I'm going to read this anyway, or I'm going to read it, but I'm probably not going to really follow it. Yeah, that's pretty much what I figured. So, let's plug in the power. So this thing just has a built-in transformer. There's no brick on the outside. So I've been using this monitor for about a year, this little 15-inch LCD, and it worked. I decided to get a new monitor over a new TV because I spend more time in front of the computer than I do watching TV. You know, I watch a lot of movies and stuff on my computer. This did alright, but you know, this will be nice for playing games and stuff. I can't wait to see how Counter-Strike looks in this thing. So now I'm going to hook up HDMI, if I have one. The monitor did not come with one, it came with a VGA, but I've got one right here, luckily. And let's see, I just installed the VGA driver because I just reinstalled Windows, so hopefully the HDMI port works. I've never actually tried it. I mean, I imagine it works, but who knows. Feed this down through this little hole in my desk. It's all twisted though, as I'm scratching the shit out of this. Alright, where does this plug in? So it has HDMI 2 here on the side. I think that's, if you want to have 2 HDMIs, you can like switch between 2 different computers, which is kind of cool. But I'm going to plug it in the back. And I put power on this thing, but it didn't really like do anything. So I'm looking, imagine there's like a power button on this thing somewhere, because it didn't do anything. Oh, right here. And just lit up. AOC. This is the first thing I've seen on this monitor. So I just plugged it in HDMI. Let's see if I have to set anything up, or it's just going to be plug and play. Or if I have to go through the, oh, here we go. I'll put it on auto, see what that does. So this is plugged in VGA, this monitor over here. And I just hooked this one up. Oh, I fed it through my desk, but I never plugged it into the computer. That would probably help. There it is. It's kind of a mess over here. Gotta clean up these wires, zip tie them or something. It's probably going from the noise of the fan blowing into this camera. Now where's that HDMI? Is that right here? Alright, plugged it in. I wanted to use HDMI instead of the DVI because it does video and audio, so I usually use my surround sound speakers for the computer, but at nighttime I don't want to ruckus the whole house up. I like to have this, I like to have monitor speakers. See, these ones have built-in speakers, so I wanted to have one for my new monitor. It'd be kind of interesting to see. I'm not looking for crazy performance out of monitor speakers, but I wanted some anyway, because they're good to have built-in speakers. I love how I see my reflection in this. I see my whole room in this monitor. I turn this monitor off over here. It's just like matte. This is glossy. Matte and glossy. Difference. So, I'm guessing there's more to this. According to the instructions on here, because I don't have any picture, unless my computer doesn't have the proper, let me go to Catalytic Control Center here. So I'll have to mess around with this. Alright, as much as I don't think it's necessary, I didn't think I was going to do this. I'm going to run the CD. Alright. So let's get this CD out of the packaging. If I can find my scissors, which are nowhere to be found. Right here. This comes with the audio jack, which I won't be using. I mean, I'll keep it because it's always good to have this kind of stuff, but that should go through the HDMI. Comes with a cleaning cloth that says AOC on it. It's kind of neat. Here's the software disk. So I'll buy and run this, see what kind of information it gives me. Probably useful information. Hopefully. Well, let's use this monitor to put that in there. And, yeah, Catalytic Control, you are no help. Ah, I didn't mean to click the Battlefield ad. Okay. So, let's see what this software has to offer. This little monitor next to here, it just looks like a baby compared to this freaking monster. I was actually kind of disappointed that it wasn't instantly working when I plugged it in, because I really was... Whoa. It's yelling at me. I have the option to skip this ad, so I'm going to skip it. Okay. English? Oh, it's just a link to a manual. That's it. It's monitor driver. Oh, it's just for the touchscreen to work. But that doesn't explain why I'm not getting any picture from this, except that my HDMI port doesn't work, which doesn't make any sense either. Oh, I'm gonna pause the video and go figure this out. So I finally got the monitor up and running. The HDMI had to install some driver. I don't know. I've never used HDMI. I've always used VGA, so I don't really know how it works yet. But I got the touchscreen all calibrated. It's a multi-touch touchscreen. So if you open up like Paint, it's a little overwashed. Oh, there we go. You can draw, but then if you use 2 fingers, you can actually draw with 2 fingers. You can't with 3. It's not like any sort of, it's not an iPhone, but it does allow you to use up to 2 fingers at a time. And with images, let's see. Let me just get an image here. Here's some photos from Hurricane Irene. Let me just get a random one. Here's one of a transformer. You can pinch to zoom, and it doesn't look on the camera very good, but it doesn't keep up, but it actually feels really nice. Like it feels as good, if not better, than doing it on an Apple product. It's really nice. Other than just the, I mean, I'm using an iPhone, so you really can't get a proper judgment on what the video quality looks like. But other than, I mean, obviously compared to that, it's a nice upgrade. But other than the touch, it's actually a really nice monitor. I've got some high-def HD wallpapers, look really nice. Let me find some. Like his city one looks really nice. It's just, I mean, obviously you can't make judgment on camera, but just take my word for it. It looks really good. When I first hooked this monitor up, I was really getting annoyed because it looks like this. Let me find it. It wasn't using the whole screen. It looked like kind of like that, and there's like a border around it. And I looked online, and it said go to catalytic control and just configure your monitor, and just it's this scaling thing. I don't know why, but by default scaling is turned down, which looks horrible. Now I can't touch it because it's off calibration. It's calibrated to the full setup. But it's just really fun to use. Typing on it is a lot of fun. Usually when I type on it, because this monitor, it tilts up. You can, so let me just open up like Notepad. Typing on it's a blast. It has multi-touch, so if you hold down like Shift and then, you know, another letter or something. Okay, that didn't look very good. Shift C, so you can actually use two different fingers. You know, you can do symbols and stuff. And of course, let me open up WordPad instead, so I can actually get so you can see the letters. So let's see, size. You can of course do the the recognition. So I was never really good at this. Let me spell my name. Okay, so it knows what it is. You can hit insert. I prefer the actual keyboard better. If you let me put this like this, so I can adjust the monitor. If you slant it back, it's almost like you can just rest your finger on the, like you just type on it like a, I mean, obviously a regular keyboard's better, but when you're browsing the internet, it's a lot of fun to just be able to type away on this thing. And it's pretty accurate. I can type pretty fast on it. So, another thing I noticed this monitor has is these USB ports here on the side. I have my flash drive in here right now. It has an extra HDMI, so you can hook up two computers to it and switch between the two. And right now this monitor costs about $300. Its twin monitor without multi-touch display is about $100 cheaper for I think $199. The touchscreen is gimmicky. It's definitely something cool to show people, but even though it's gimmicky, I still do like it, and I'm glad that I went for that instead of just the base model. But even if you do get just the regular base model, it's still phenomenal. I mean, like, it's just excellent. I mean, it's probably just because I'm going a step up from this one, but it's when you get these HD wallpapers, it's like, it's incredible. So I definitely recommend this to anyone. So, thanks.